French. Hala Mohyeddin is here. Good evening, Hala.
Hello there.
We begin with news of a protest in southern China, Maoming environmental protest in a town that has spiraled and spread to Guangzhou.
That's right. This is a protest which hasn't been covered very much. And then ironically, the lack of coverage on social media has escalated this into something which is now grabbing the headlines in the Chinese press. Maoming is a city in southern China where the local authorities were planning to build a chemical plant which manufactures chemical PX, which is used for making plastic bottles. Now, at the weekend, over 1,000 people demonstrated in front of the Communist Party headquarters there, and these protests turned violent. Now, normally in China, when this sort of thing happens, we hear about it first on social media, not the mainstream media. And of course, very disturbing images were appearing online. Tanks, blooded bodies, tear gas, and a very heavy police presence. But Chinese censors are very mindful that these sorts of not in my backyard protests can quickly turn violent, spread on social media, and that can in turn ignite a conversation on the national stage, which is something they want to avoid. So they went on a media offensive, censoring as much as possible. And the posts we're seeing on this page now, this is courtesy of Free Weibo, which restores the deleted messages on the Chinese Twitter equivalent Weibo. And these posts show, if I move the mouse down here, you can see Maoming is the most popular subject of posts that are getting deleted. And despite the deletions, this is still the topic which is trending the most. And the posts that are getting deleted are, of course, witness accounts from people who are there. Now, this heavy-handed censorship, however, appears to have backfired because the lack of any talk on social media has really caused people to question what's going on. The protests have now spread. This is an image from protests which had spread in Guangzhou, and now it is being reported in the national media. Xinhua, the official news agency, talking about how it's exposing the struggle between development and stability. An interesting post on the People's Daily, which is essentially countering the fact that 15 people dead, 300 injured. They're saying this is not true. And of course, when you have the official mouthpiece saying something isn't true, people automatically believe it. But now the officials are saying that they will not open the petrochemical plant if the public opposes it, and this comes courtesy of the SCMP. But people are saying it isn't just a critique of the plant itself. They're unhappy with government arrogance that they can just push these plans ahead and a lack of transparency.
Anything else from China this evening, Hannah?
There is. This is a story. It's been a bit of a slow burner, this story. We were hearing rumblings of this last summer. In October, there were, of course, reports that Zhou Yongkang was under house arrest. Now, this is a picture of Zhou Yongkang. He was one of the most powerful men in China. He headed up the domestic security, which had a budget greater than that of the military. He was one of a standing committee member of the Politburo, an exceptionally powerful man. And he is now, it's not been confirmed yet, but under house arrest. It's sort of the equivalent of Barack Obama coming in and within a year of taking office, detaining Dick Cheney or Al Gore, seizing their assets and then their families and then going after everybody else. So over the past 4 months, over 300 people detained. Assets of over 10 billion have been seized. Now, this photo comes from a piece in the New Yorker. It's a terrific explainer of the situation, of why this is happening. Two main reasons. Xi Jinping, of course, pursuing this anti-corruption strategy, which is a big, big gamble because by highlighting the gross, grotesque corruption which is pervading every aspect of the Communist Party, it really risks infuriating the public more
and
than
making people pretty cynical, of course.
Absolutely. So it does threaten a potential overthrow of the party and the system that Xi is trying to restore credibility in. So this is it's a terrific piece which I do recommend people read because it explains the growing problem there and the implications it has.
We'll finish up, Hala, with some news closer to home. What's been buzzing on the Twitter sphere here?
This is the match between Paris Saint-Germain and Chelsea. It started, this sort of battle between the two started, the previous day before the match. There were tweets going backwards and forwards between the two. Can you do this, Paris? And then Paris tweeting, yes, we can do this, and a picture of David Beckham below. Sort of light-hearted banter backwards and forwards. Of course, the surprise win for Paris Saint-Germain. And then, of course, the Twitter battles were continuing. Dear Chelsea fans, for better Parisian souvenirs, better try Montmartre. And, of course, just very humorous tweets going backwards and forwards, celebrating this victory, but also celebrating the fact that it was almost one in the eye for Jose Mourinho, who had said, you'll never beat us, you'll never beat us, and now tweets going around clearly mocking them. So very much the Parisians making the most of this.
Enjoying their moment. Thank you very much indeed, Hala Mohiddin. A look there at what's making waves on the internet. It is just coming up to 1 minutes past 8 here in Paris. It's time for Focus. We head this evening to Afghanistan, a country, as we've been reporting,